I mean, after recently, I think I'd like to start a landscaping business.
I can see that.
It's just fun.
I like the dude who called you a beta for, I don't even know why. Because you have a riding mower, I guess. Back in my day, Granddad was picking out the blades of grass by hand.
I just feel like there's something to it. Like you get to do designs and stuff. Did we just do a circle? We just did. How the heck do we get out of here, chat?
I don't know, man. I don't know.
Someone in chat said classic Bravo fan. You're not wrong. I guarantee their DVR's loaded with Bravo shows. No disrespect to Andy Cohen. I like a good Bravo show every now and then.
It's funny because like I didn't know much about the Bravo network, but growing up, I thought they made like kind of like fringe content. Like isn't that where like the L word was on, and like the first run of like Queer Eye and stuff like that?
Yeah, it was like low. It was, you know what it was like? It was like Canadian television. That's
Okay,
how I would describe it. That's how it started.
No
and
wonder
then
they pivoted.
Yeah, and Andy Cohen took over and like cooked and just made banger after banger after burger.
Yeah.
I am telling you right now though, Ryan, and I know you'll never watch it.
Yeah.
The highest quality content right now is coming out of the WWE, man. It's a great time to be alive and watch wrestling.
I just can't see myself getting involved, honestly.
It's the best turn your brain off stuff you can watch.
Well, listen, I know you wouldn't know what this is like, but my team is in the playoffs right now, so when I get the chance, I like to... I'm enjoying watching them play some meaningful sports.
Aren't they losing?
That are real. Excuse me, they're up 3-2.
Oh, I found our exit. All right, don't die here. What do you mean that are real?
What am I supposed to do? I have one sliver of health. One sec. There's got to be something in here, man. There's got to be something in here.
What percentage do you think? And I don't subscribe to this theory, but I'm just asking. What percentage do you think sports are predetermined?
0.
So you don't think there's like an NFL narrative that may or may not happen?
I mean, I think there's a narrative. I don't think there's a script.
But like, you don't think the refs are like the authors?
I think referees may have outsized impact on the game. I don't think it's a top-down decision from the commissioner. I think it's either they can have an off night or be addicted to gambling and get wrapped up in some stuff they shouldn't be involved in, perhaps.
Fair enough.
But I don't think there's... Because I find it a little sad, too. Like, the Canucks lost last game, and I saw a lot of tweets from Canucks fans that were like, oh, the refs killed us, And I'm like, just in general, I've kind of been going through this with sports. I'm like, it's just sports. Who cares? I'm sure that the ref, for the most part, they're doing their best. Like, everything's moving around them at 100 miles an hour. They're just trying to, not screw it up. And at the end of the day, like, the guys in the blue shirts lost and the guys in the white shirts won. Who cares?
Why do you think people like sports so much?
It's fun to watch.
But then there's people that like it a lot.
I think it's like those people just need an outlet for their basest impulses.
Like to scream and stuff?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. I agree with that.
Did you see that they're going to allow you to bet on the outcome of games at Dave & Buster's? I'm not talking about like watching the football game at Dave & Buster's. Like you could literally bet on what the result of the arcade game is going to be.
Wait, what do you mean?
I don't know if they're testing it or it just got approved or whatever, but they're adding...
King. Love you both and hope everyone's day is awesome.
Thank
you. Did you hear that?
Thank you for that.
Did you hear that?
Yeah, but it was nice. It was a nice message.
All right, thanks, Sheeper. Sorry. Wait, so like kids playing PacMan and you can bet on if they win or not?
Yeah. Like Uncut Gems style. Let's bet on this.
Really?
First thought is going to lead to some very interesting children's birthday parties.
Wait, well, why can't you just go bet against me, and then I go and throw.
Hang on, he's cooking something here. Wait a second, the man's a genius.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah,
what's to
yeah.
prevent that?
They don't need like a counterparty or something like that. You don't need to come up with someone who takes the other side of the trade. Dave and Buster's takes the other side of the trade.
I get someone does man invents fraud. It's not fraud if the rules are the rules.
How is that fraud? Just because my man isn't very good at skee ball.
Yeah.
But it got me like we're in like this crazy gambling era. Like all the arcades became gambling. Like have you been to a Dave and Buster's in the last like 10 years?
I have.
Literally every game is like scan your card, beep boop. Wait, let's rest for a second here so I can get these debuffs off. Scan your card, beep boop. You have 12 credits left. Spin the slot machine. You won 100 tickets. Now they turn the games into betting, and now you can bet on the betting. It's like they're selling like an option or a derivative at the casino.
I'll tell you. You want to know my favorite game at Dave and Buster's?
Show me.
It is one of two. It's either SpongeBob or Willy Wonka, but it's the quarter push. So
you're a coin pusher
pushes,
guy.
But then inside the coin pushers are these like trading cards.
Yeah.
Like Squidward, the squirrel person, all that stuff. And if you collect a full series, then you get even more tickets.
That's Kate's game at the Dave and Buster's.
It's so good.
Really? I'm not into that. I'm into the physics ones. I'm into like the old mechanical ones where you like pull a plunger back to try to get a ball to stop at like the money zone.
Okay, I got you. They're all games of chance now.
I'm in most of them, yeah. I mean, there's literally like a machine that's deal or no deal. Like, can you come up with a sadder arcade game than that? When you boot it up, they give you like a random number, and then every time you're like, no deal. And then, we got a phone call from the banker. It turns out we've summed up all the remaining prize money on the board, subtracted 10%, and then divided it by the amount of spaces left on the board. Would you like to take this deal? And you're like, brother, what are we doing here? Is this really like pick a number between 1 and 10, the game?
We'll say this is my gut reaction. So I took my sons maybe like in the winter because there's nothing to do. So went to Dave and Buster's and they immediately went to play Minecraft Dungeons. And in my head, I'm like, we can just play that on Steam, but I didn't say it because it's just
I think it's on Game Pass. It's paid like $30 to play. They
started playing it, and then all of a sudden, all these like trading cards come shooting out of the slot, and then they're taking them, and then they're scanning them in, and they're getting like all these like special weapons and hats and pets. I'm like, what the heck happened to games, man? It's like, it's physical and supernatural.
It is crazy. I like Dave and Buster's though. I think it's a fun time as long as you try to ignore the fact that you're probably going to spend like $100 to $150 playing games that are free on the App Store.
I mean, I think they are going to carry the where should we go? There's a fog wall right there.
I think we need a key to enter it, but I have one.
Okay, let's do it. Well, I don't know. That's not the boss though.
No, I have no idea where we're going, honestly. Can I just say though, like I think the reason that I'll go to bat for Dave and Buster's a little bit is just because it's like one of the few businesses that seems like it can survive despite not being like a brewery or like a chain. I guess it is a chain restaurant, but like I feel like there's so few opportunities for amusement out there these days.
Really?
I feel like there's like a dearth of like bowling alleys and like, driving ranges and mini golf courses and stuff like that. It's just like, used to be arcades, used to be like, skate parks and stuff like that. I mean, we still got some stuff, but I think like land is so expensive. I'm dead. Land is like so expensive, at least here, that like, it's all just Starbucks, JJ Bean, Cactus Club Cafe, Chipotle, and like it's just places to eat or places to like drink coffee while you work on your laptop, and like that's it.
Wait, Did you just say Cactus Club Cafe?
We got lots of restaurant names here.
What do they serve? Needles?
They don't serve needles. They don't serve cactus either, which is kind of crazy.
Is it a Western themed coffee house?
It is just a semi upscale restaurant / lounge, I would say. So it's the kind of place that's like, oh, we can't go to McDonald's. McDonald's is like, that's trash. But let's go to Cactus Club. I feel like I could really enjoy a burger tonight.
Like Applebee's?
Yeah, it's like Applebee's, but like the servers wear like dresses.
Is it the kind of place you go with Kate or without Kate?
It's the kind of place you go with Kate.
Okay. I'm just asking. You just said it in a weird tone, so I was just like...
Well, all I'm gonna say is that in my entire life, I've never seen a male server at Cactus Club. So obviously part of the business model is like, we hire ladies and not dudes, but it's not Hooters. It's like a hidden Hooters. It's like, how could you ever suggest that this is Hooters? This is a serious establishment.
Mami.
There's a place that was recently made in Michigan, and it went over my head, but it's a like sports bar, and the logo is two mountains.
Oh, it's Twin Peaks. Twin Peaks. Yeah.
Like, why?
It's Boomer Corp.
What is Boomer Core?
Hey, let's go to that restaurant. They got like waitresses in skimpy outfits working there. Plus, you can get chicken wings. That's Boomer Core.
I know, but
Boomer Core, like, if you want some of the essences of boomerism, sexualizing your waitress is like extremely Boomer Core. Like, you're eating, bro. You're going to a naughty restaurant to eat dinner? Like, are you 14 years old? It's just weird. I'm not trying to say they're like immoral people. It's just like a weird collision of like two different impulses.
So is it, and you feel the same way about like haircut places like that too, right? You're getting your haircut.
Do they have like flirty haircut places?
In Michigan, they do.
That's just sad to me, man. People are lonely.
What do you mean? I mean, like, are you saying there are tier 3 subs on other channels that go there?
I'm just saying, I guess they just want some like physical attention. So I can understand it, I guess, but really, like, there's horny hairdressers?
I mean, I've never been, but I just know in Michigan, I think there's at least 2 branches of them.
I feel the same way, like in Washington State, there's bikini baristas. You
What?
saved my life. Like, but they're like drive-through coffee shops where the baristas wear like skimpy outfits, and there have been many cases of like people going through the drive-through and being like, you know, will you show me the goods for $50 and stuff like that. It's just it's like a strange cultural glitch to me.
But as like, this is just me. It's no judgment if you go and you're a tier 3 sub on someone else's channel that, you know, doesn't look like me in Northern Line. I'm not saying that, but what I'm saying is, like, as a married man, I wouldn't go there. And then I thought about it. I'm like, even as an unmarried man, I just wouldn't go there.
It's just weird, right? Like, it's just, I just want a coffee. Well, yeah, but people who work real jobs are busy. Some people need to get horny and caffeinated at the same time. It's this hustle culture that's poisoning all of us. It's just strange to me.
Someone in chat says you enjoy a meal and a view. What's the problem?
You are 58 years old. That's fine. There's nothing wrong with it. But you need to accept that the world is passing you by. I was telling this to chat. So I went to watch Game 4 of the playoffs in a movie theater that was showing the game. So I was like, this will be fun.
It's boomer pilled. That's boomer pilled.
Well, I'm not going to pay $500 for tickets to the game. That's insane. What if we lose?
Why just watch it at home?
Because you get popcorn, man.
Okay, fair enough.
Okay, hang on. I'm at the Bonnie. Where'd you go?
The new Bonnie or the old Bonnie?
The old Bonnie? The one that we've spawned at like 70 times in a row?
I'm where we died.
Okay. How do I get there?
Go out the back door, away from the elevator.
Okay. And then to the other elevator. No.
No. Up the stairs, out the door, and then look for the sandbags.
Okay. Up the door.
So that you can...
Up the stairs, out the door. Look at the sandbags. Just one moment. One moment. There we go. All right.
And then you got to jump across. Remember, into that like the place where you said you've never been before.
Right. Yeah.
Then drop down.
By the way, A+ directions here.
Hey, no problem.
Whee. Okay. Then,
then
I'm at the bird. I'm at the Angry Birds.
Yeah. Oh, I got Mogwin. Mogwin is on me. Hold pause, please.
Okay.
Wait, so you went to a movie theater to watch a hockey game?
Yes.
Okay, $10 says you wore your jersey.
Yes.
Okay.
If you own a jersey, why wouldn't you wear it in that situation? It might be the most appropriate situation to wear the jersey outside of being in the arena.
Did you go solo?
I took my child with me.
Okay.
It's a family-friendly environment. Like, it's if you go to the game, your kid might decide like 10 seconds in, they're like, oh, this is too much for me. If you go to the movie theater, you're like, oh, whatever. We'll just walk out.
I got us a new Bonnie. I don't know if you have to get there though.
Was it across the courtyard?
No, it's pretty far.
Hang on, I'm on it.
Did she? How many periods did she last?
1, and she went to the bathroom like 6 times, but that's fine. That's life.
You know what you're getting involved in.
Exactly. But like so we're sitting there. It's me and my 3-year-old. We're like row 5 from the back, right? Because she can't see over anybody's head. Or sorry, row 5 from the front. My body. There were 2 like dudes in their 60s behind us. Whatever, it's not their fault. But then one of the dudes was like, "What did you do yesterday?" And the guy was like, "Oh, I went to the university because the 4th-year dental students were graduating, and they were all done up in their, they had like their hair and makeup done. They were wearing gowns and high heels. They looked gorgeous." And I was like, "You pervert! you weren't even a member of like the faculty or anything. You were just like, oh, there's gonna be lots of pretty young ladies. I'm gonna go kibitz the graduation. That's weird, man. They're literally at school."
When you say stuff like that, it like, and I'm an optimistic person, you make me lose faith in humanity because in no world, maybe I'm naive. I just don't think people would do something like that.
It's crazy to me. Like when he was saying it, I was like, I mean, to do it is bad, but then to like tell someone as if it's normal. You're like, yeah, I just went and ogled some strangers the other day. You know, you could just Google like girls in dresses and high heels. You can find some people that are like posting that stuff online or something. You don't need, these are professionals, man. They're going to be scaling your teeth.
Yo, hear me out though. I was like trying to come up with devil's advocate. I got nothing. I'm like, let me come up with something to justify that. I'm like maybe they're artists and they're like painting. I'm like, no, there's still no way. Like, there's no way.
Oh, dude, that is.
But like, how come you didn't say anything though?
What am I supposed to like pick a fight at the movie theater? Because there's a weirdo behind me. There's weirdos everywhere.
Yeah, be like, hey, my daughter's 3. Can you not say that creepy stuff?
Yeah, well, here's the problem. I'm too logical. What if he hit me with, your daughter's 3, she doesn't know what we're talking about? Then I'd be like, okay, be that as it may, you're a creep, Grandpa.
No, it'd be like, hey, she's in Mensa. Get ready to learn it, buddy.
Oh, snap.
Yeah. All right, we got a boss fight finally. You ready?
This mod excels.
Hold on. Maybe their wife died while getting a diploma for a dentist.
Oh, and it's like their way of honoring her memory. Yeah, okay, it's possible.
No, that's weird though. I guess, do you think, okay, so let's call that weird behavior.
Yeah.
Out of 100, take a random sample size of 100 people. How many of them do you think exhibit weird or weird adjacent behavior?
100. but across a multitude of different domains. I think everybody's probably got some weirdness. I would just consider myself blessed that maybe mine isn't weird in the same perverted sense that theirs is.
Okay, what about in that sense, out of 100 people? Like, how many people in your chat right now, say you have 10,000 watching,
Yeah.
how many of them are that kind of weird?
I thought you were going to say, like, normal people, but then you said chat. Because I was thinking normal people, 1 in 9.
Okay,
Then
what
you
about
got-
your chat?
It could be like 1 in 3. Because I've seen the way that they reply to VTubers. They're at work, bro. Let them work.
Do you think we beat them first try?
I would be disappointed if we didn't.
Okay.
Hey, I was thinking, so I started, I bought some new clothes, as mentioned, and I started growing out my beard a little bit. It was
Really?
like clockwork. As soon as I had a beard and the shirt with the little chest hair exposed, I was like, I need to buy a gold chain. I've never been a jewelry guy in my entire life, but just looking at myself in the mirror, I was like, I need to be Miami maxing right now.
Is this a bit, or are you like considering getting one?
I would say it's a bit, and I'm in the early stages of considering possibly getting one.
Because your birthday's in March, right?
It's in November, but I don't hold it against you. We got a lot of stuff going on.
So let me ask you this: as a gold chain wearer,
Yes.
that was a gift. It was gifted to me. What would you get? A rope style? Would you get like Cuban link? What would you get?
Cuban links,
Okay.
full Miami mode.
Any emblems or anything on it?
Well, my wife just said, "Don't get one. I'll bury you." So that's.
Wait, Kate.
Are you? I think it would be a swag upgrade, Kate. I think that'd be swag. I gotta up my swag to compete with you.
Oh, you know what? I just now forgot. I never responded to Kate. Kate, eBay is the answer. Sorry. She messaged me like 2 weeks ago about something.
Oh,
eBay.
okay.
Sorry, Kate. I don't want to say the question because I don't want to dox her, but
Yeah, the question was probably like, what's the largest online auction site on the internet? I can read between the lines.
there you go. I bet we could convince Kate to let you get a gold chain.
I mean, I'm the man of the house. I don't need anybody to let me get a gold chain, but that would be really helpful. I appreciate it. That'd be nice. So
Chat. And if you disagree that Ryan calls the shots in the house, why if you agree with them? Someone type an N in his chat for me. Kate, run. You cannot tell me. And look, I think it's a 51-49 situation. And,
no,
and
it's
Kate's-
actually like a 72-28 situation, for sure.
Kate?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's about the same in my household too. That's all I can only say because I know from experience.
And even the 28, I'm like, she lets me have the 28. Like, that's just to keep things copacetic. She could probably push it and get to like 95.5, but I respect that she doesn't.
I don't know where you are and like in your marriage, and it's probably not the time to talk about it, but like sometimes I'm to the point now where like I feel like I could have a standing logical argument, but I'm like, you know what? No. I'm just, you know what? I'm just going to bend the knee and everything's going to be good.
We're wife
feel
guys.
like
Of course we do what our wife asks. Exactly. But do you feel, I feel sometimes, and it's probably like a not all men situation, but I feel like in my head I have an unchained id. If I was single, I don't think I would be dead, but I think I would have much less healthy routines and habits, and I would trick myself into thinking that like, oh, this is freedom, so it's good. It's like spiritually fulfilling. Having, and it maybe it's not even a wife, maybe it's just having like a roommate who cares about you. Like it will force you into situations where you round off those sharp edges of your compulsions and probably live like a happier and more balanced life as a result. Holy cow,
Well,
I took a bite of the jerky.
I think the base take is that when you're married, then you don't think of yourself first anymore, or at least most of the time. And that's why you're happier.
I think that's true.
Yeah.
but she won't let me get a gold chain. So like, is it worth it?
I will say this. So and we're just pontificating here. Say you're single right now.
Yeah.
Do you think any part of you would have became like that streamer, Tinder kind of like at least dipped your toe in that world?
That streamer.
Well, like, you know, girls sending you emails and like DMs.
Would I be Aiden
like
Ross? No, I don't think so.
No, I'm not saying that, but I'm saying like, you know, you go out to LA for a little bit.
If I was single, I wouldn't say I guarantee, but I feel like I might be one of those streamers who's like, I just finished my 10-hour stream on my main channel, but I don't have any hobbies. Time to start a 6-hour stream on my alt, just to like reduce my stress a little bit.
Would your alt channel be called Egg and Chill, or what would it be called?
I would call it something like, you know, Yokeless. You know, something that's like obviously you know is me, but like you don't know is me. And then I would apply for partner too, because I would like, just because I'm not working, like I don't want to not be making money. Like, are you crazy?
Do you think, okay, so this is all hypothetical, all right? So do you think if you were single now, how would you approach dating? Would you be on apps?
I'm sure you've thought the same thing. I have no idea. I feel like I was like, are you familiar with Dunkirk?
It's just a beach thing, right? Where like an attack on the beach.
So like the British Expeditionary Forces were in Europe in World War II, mainland Europe. And then the Third Reich pushed them back basically to the English Channel. And they were like, we got you. And then like a bunch of like civilian boats came over and saved as many of the soldiers as they could. It was like a miracle, right? That's like Kate and myself. I feel like we both got out right before the apps like took over, and everybody now seems to like evaluate someone as their entire personality in like 2 seconds and then go, nope, yep, nope, no. Like, I'm not saying it was easy back then, but it seems like more quaint. So I don't even want to imagine what the nightmare of like dating as a young person would be now, and then like add on like, you know, approaching middle age on top of that.
You know what I think it's like? I think it's like dating now is like Netflix versus Blockbuster. You were so excited to go to Blockbuster. You had a few limited options, but man, when you picked up that VHS tape, that was everything. Now it's like you Netflix, you're left and right, you're thumbs up and thumbs downing, and you watch stuff for 5 minutes, and you're like, this is boring, this is terrible. Oh wait, there's a new Jared Leto movie come out. Oh, that's so good. Oh wait, Walter White, there's a new spin-off of Breaking. Oh, well, but and it just never ends.
I think it's a perfect analogy. I also feel like and you know, maybe you don't relate to this, maybe you do. I feel like my the package that I present to potential mates, it would be contrary to my interest to have it all be like one photo that's immediately evaluated and chucked in the trash on the app.
What do you mean?
I feel like I have to, like, you know, worm my way under your skin a little bit. You gotta, probably most people when they see me, they're not like, oh, that's like my dream person right there. But then after you talk to me for a while, I lay like some rhetorical traps, and then like, oh, you stepped on it and now you're poisoned. You can't get out of it, right? Like I kind of tricked you into like, I cast a veil of mystery over my visage, and then like I win over your mind and trick you into thinking that I have hair, essentially.
Well, is that how you say to work with me? Because when I first met you, I said, hey, thanks for making that YouTube video on how to make YouTube videos. And you told me, thanks for the 5 cents, buddy. The first thing you ever said to me. Is that the kind of trap you're saying? Because I don't know if you know how that would work in the modern dating
There's male
world.
bonding, I think.
So
let me. Bonding.
So you would not be on apps now?
Well, I think like you have to be, right? That's my understanding, at least. Is that like because what else are you gonna do? I guess you could wait for like your coworker to be like, "Hey, I know somebody."
Who would that be? Apollo's gonna tell you, "Hey, I know someone in Texas. Come on down."
Well, this is in the other world where I'm doing something else that's not streaming or for some reason being a computer programmer.
No, I'm saying you're single and you're a streamer.
I don't know. It's a cursed situation for sure. I'm glad I don't have to worry about it.
I know, right? You know what, chat? If you're single right now, you're on the apps. I feel for you, but here's my word of advice: never go on a first date for coffee. Just don't do it.
I know people, they got really strong opinions on first dates. What's wrong with the coffee date first?
It's literally coffee date is you're walking into the friend zone. You go to coffee dates to meet your great aunt and to go on a job interview, not to my man.
But like, okay, maybe this is like not fair. I'm like, why is the onus on you to come up with like, oh, every single first date has to be like, oh, we're going on a 0G low Earth orbit space flight. Like, there's coffee shops everywhere, bro. Everybody's busy. We got stuff to do.
It doesn't have to be. It just you can literally go anywhere on a first date except to get coffee.
Well,
anywhere.
Then, because you know what I'm gonna say? I'm gonna say, what about a movie?
That's fine.
Oh, okay. Because people, they got strong opinions about movies. They're like, you don't get to talk. There's nothing you could do. And I'm like, yeah, but at least if the date sucked, you fucking saw a movie. You could be like, check out. Look, at least I saw Dune 2. Yeah, maybe we don't have a future, but I saw Dune 2.
Movie is the best because you have very little to go off of, which is good. So like, you, instead of giving them 3 hours of your time, you give them 7 minutes, and you're like, within those 7 minutes, we're like, okay, that was a good 7 minutes spent. Let's do it again. Or, hey, I don't ever want to see this person again, and you don't have to talk to them.
Plus, you could learn a little bit about how they behave in public, and thus how they view other people.
Yes.
Are they talking through the movie? Are they on their phone during the movie? I mean, like, I feel like that might be important these days.
Also, there's a lot of time to think, and most importantly, like, hand placement. You know, like,
oh yeah, yeah. Are you gonna on the first date? Are you gonna really try to like do the shoulder touch, the yawn into the shoulder touch? Is that what you're thinking?
If you got the hand on the armrest,
yeah,
and like the date has the hand on the armrest and the pinkies are touching, and the other person doesn't move, that's like a little bit of early communication that it's going well.
I hear you. It's 9th grade coded. Yeah.
But it's 9th grade coded, but it's also true. The brain wants what the brain wants.
I also feel like,
because here's my thing: if you were doing that and you're on a date and you got the pinky on pinky and you don't like the person, what are you doing with your hand?
Yeah.
You're moving it.
Or maybe maybe she's like, I'm in the middle seat, so I'm supposed to get both armrests. So he's like, she's fighting you for the armrest, and you're not picking up on the social cue.
True.
I also feel like, I don't know if you could relate to this, but dating, you know, teens, 20s, was kind of like smoke and mirrors. Like, you weren't really, at least I wasn't asking questions like, you know, what are your future plans? Like, what are your values? It was just kind of like, you know, you go out, are we having fun? Okay, let's like see where it goes. I feel like if I was to have to start dating now at age 35, and I'm sure it's like only gonna get worse, I'd be like, first date, I'd be like, what the hell is your 20-year plan? Like, what's your pension system look like? What's your investment accounts? Have you maxed out your TFSA? Like, because I'm like, what are we doing here? If you're 22, you can afford to like fart around a little bit, but I'm like, I'm 35, like I'm mostly like, do you do the dishes? Can we split the dishes like 50-50, or am I going to be 100% on dish duty?
Out of respect for our current wives, can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
What was your first date you ever went on in your life?
It's crazy to say. I can't really recall. Because I did what many people think is impossible. With my first serious girlfriend, I went from friend zone to dating zone. So I'm like, when do you count the first date on that one? Do you, like, we were hanging out as friends, doing the things that you would do on a date, minus some of the obvious stuff. And then when we started dating, it was kind of just like the same thing with dessert.
Out of respect for Kate, how did things go from friend? How did you get out of the friend zone? Did she pull you out of the friend zone, or did you jump out of the friend zone?
No, it was horrible. So like, this was like the girl I had a crush on like all throughout high school, but just never told her. And I was like, maybe one day she'll just realize and she'll be like, I got a crush on you too.
Okay.
And then like, so after graduation, I was like, well, that's that dream dead then. And because she went to a different school and I went to a different school. Then we kept talking, and like in her first year, she's like, this school's not working out. I'm gonna drop out and come back to our hometown and like work for a year while I figure out what I want to do. And I was like, cool. So I was like, you know what? This is my time. It's risk-free. So basically one day after we ate lunch, I told her like, hey, I hope this isn't weird, but I like have had the whole time we've been friends, I've actually had like a crush on you, and it would be awesome if like you did too. And she was like, yeah, no problem. And I remember we were in her parents' like Plymouth Voyager, and she was like, oh, okay, yeah, let me think about it. And then I got out of the passenger seat, and it was like, like the van left like tire marks in the parking lot. So I was like, okay, that's like the worst she could have said is no. And then that's even worse than that. And then she ghosted me. Like, we didn't talk again for like 10 months or something like that. It's a nightmare, right? So I was like, it's over. And then she was like, she messaged me out of the blue like the next September and was like, hey, I'm coming to the school that you go to. You want to hang out? And I was like, I guess, but like, what the heck happened? Like, you haven't talked to me in like 6 months. And
were there any emojis in the message or no?
It's pre-emoji. It's in the like emoticon era.
Okay.
Anyway, I mean, that's how it started.
Wait, so then when she said when you want to hang out, how did you know that was non-friend hangout?
Well, because I had finally like gone nuts on the table mode and been like, you know, here's my inner monologue.
Okay, so then, because I never heard this story. So then, what happened?
Well, then we started dating.
I know, but then why did it end?
This is kind of a personal question. And now that it's actually funny, we were kind of like drifting apart, but I mean, we're both like inexperienced. We were like 19 years old, right? So I just remember like the vibes had been off for maybe like, I don't know, 6 weeks or a couple months. And then one day I was out with the lads and I got a text from her that was like out of the blue, was like, hey, can I come over tomorrow? I got something to talk to you about. And I was like, guys, I think I'm about to be broken up with. And they were like, oh, that sucks. And I was like, yeah, I guess. And then, so she said, I'll be over like after my class at like noon or something like that. Catch me at my house waiting from like noon until 4. And then I'm like, where are you? And she sends me a text that's like, do we really need to talk about this? And I was like, oh, I guess not. See you later. She was like an IT tech ex-girlfriend. She gave me a breakup window and then she missed it, bro.
The non-breakup breakup.
I know, it's, I mean, I can't really, like, I don't know. I think it's moving the goalposts to be mad about it. Like, you know, we were cooked anyway. Like, I'm like, oh, you could have delivered it in, like, a more direct manner. Yeah, we were both super young. I don't really blame her. But it is a funny story in hindsight, for sure.
So, let me ask you this then. Because I'm going to say I already know the answer.
Yeah.
Was she at your high school reunion?
I didn't go to my high school reunion.
Have you seen, messaged, or heard from her since the no breakup window?
So like we broke up in my junior year of college, and she kept going to the same college, which is, you know, makes sense. I never really saw her again, except one time, maybe like 3 months after the breakup. I was leaving an exam that I wrote. And while I was leaving the building, she was walking in, and it was like a lich grabbed my heart with like an ice cold hand. Like out of nowhere, it was just like, and my body went into like fight or flight, but like she didn't notice me and I just kept walking.
But like,
I don't really want to have that conversation.
But since then, like she definitely knows who you are now.
She might, I don't know. I'm not that famous for normal people, and most of the people I went to school with were normal because they were born in 1988 instead of like 1997.
No, but that's what I'm saying. Like, that's what makes it more likely is that you come from a normal time. Be like, oh, yo, you know that dude that you ghosted? He's a huge streamer now. She knows. You think, okay, she could be in your chat right now.
It's ancient history. I wish her the best.
But she could be.
Yeah. Kim Jong-un could be in my chat right now.
That's true.
How do I know that? I don't have the /no Kim Jong-un filter on. I imagine she's not in my chat. Again, I was born in the late 1980s, Daniel. I imagine she's doing some work right now.
That's kind of BM. I'm gonna be honest. I'm the kind of like is upsetting because at least if you break up with someone, like, especially after the Voyager peeling away,
yeah,
like that's like double BM because now you have like 2 BM stories from one person.
Yeah, but there was like a 2-year period in the middle where it was like GM.
That's true. That's true.
And you're young, like people make mistakes. You're like, I don't want to have this uncomfortable conversation. I'd rather just go get a slice of pizza or something like that. There's no grudge to be held. I was thinking about this. I talked about this on stream. It's got to be like a month ago. When we think of ourselves, we take the most charitable light. Like if you thought of your actions in high school, if you did something that, you find regrettable now, you're like, oh, I was a kid, I was younger, it was my brain wasn't fully developed. But if someone did something messed up to you in high school, you're like, I hope their life sucks forever. Even though it's been the same amount of time for both of you.
Yeah, well, I got a BM story then.
Okay.
But it comes with a twist. So long story short, I was in college, and I was in class with this girl, and believe it or not, like, I always did fairly well in that department, but I was also like a little shy,
Right.
So I had this girl in class, and I'm like, hey, like, I know it's a summer, you kind of, like, I went to Michigan State, she went to Michigan State, and like, we just got to know each other as friends throughout the, like, business class, whatever, we had group projects, and so it's the end of the semester, and I'm like, okay, like, it's kind of like low risk, meaning the class is almost over, so if she doesn't want to go out, I don't have to see her again.
Yeah.
Well, I asked her out, she'd be like, yeah, that'll be fun. Like, we'll be home in a couple weeks, call me, we'll go out to eat or whatever, She's like, yeah, I'd love to go out. So I'm living at home. I call her, we set a date. She lives probably like 45 minutes away. I'm like, okay, hey, look, I'll come drive out to you. We'll go to this restaurant, da-da-da-da-da. I go pick, because I really like this girl. I go get flowers. Get in my car, start
up old school.
Yeah, I mean, bro, like I said, I didn't have a lot of trouble in that department. Anyways, so I'm like, it's 45 minutes away. I'm 35 minutes there, and she calls me, and she goes, "Hey, like, I don't think we should go out." And I'll never forget. I'm sitting there like in the car looking at the flowers.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I've been waiting to go out with this girl for 6 months. So I drive home. And I give my mom the flowers, and she's like, what happened? I just kind of like, shrugged it off. So fast forward, 2008.
Oh, no. Post Big Brother Season 10?
I win a little reality TV show.
Oh.
Within a week of getting off the show, I look at my Facebook messages. And if the shoe isn't on the other foot... Hey, Dan, smiley face.
Uh-oh.
Hope all is well. Would love to catch up sometime.
It's crazy she didn't see the vision back then.
Bro, I was 45 minutes with flowers in the car. Could have been you. But you know what?
But see, like, I think it's a different story because I think I could not possibly harbor a grudge. Like, oh, I never would have thought that this guy would ever become a successful streamer. Of course she might have thought that. All I did was yap and play video games. Like, it's part of the reason we broke up. If anything, she's like, this. I'm happy for him. That's like the perfect career path for this loser.
See, I look at the opposite. I'm more happy for you that you don't have to. You're not with someone who Voyagered you.
Yeah, that.
And then
I'm not gonna lie to you. Just like, I'm over it. It was a long, long time ago. But in telling the story again, I felt like 1/50th of the pain that I felt in that moment.
I mean,
Like there's still like it's like when you like tear your ACL or something like that, and then even when you're 80 years old, it aches when it rains. Like it's a part of you now.
oh, bro, she 50 Cent memed you. You know the picture of the gif of 50 Cent pulling up and away? That's what she did to you.
I know.
Like I got angry when I heard that.
Yeah. Sorry, it's a long time ago. But then because I'm not a perfect person, can I tell you something as well that's gonna make you laugh? One time I got him. This is when we were still dating. I got invited to like her family Christmas, and I went. But you're 19. I didn't really want to be with a bunch of old people on Christmas. I wanted to be hanging out with my friends who were back in town from university. So like, I got there early, ate dinner, stayed for a little bit, and then I was like, okay, I better be going. And I remember when I left, I texted my friends, like as soon as I got out of the door, I was like, I'm glad that boring is finally over. And I drove to his house, then I opened my phone and saw that I had one text message, and I had texted her instead of my friend. And then she said, what are you talking about? And I said, oh, it's just a little joke. Have a good night.
All right, well, so she's not completely innocent in the whole scenario.
No, I'm not innocent in it.
Bro, you hated her family, and you told her.
I didn't hate her family. I just at the time I didn't respect putting your family first. I was like, I want to hang out with my boys.
Oh, that's pretty good though. All right. Was it that boring though?
I don't know. I was just like, what are we doing here? Eating turkey, mashed potatoes. Come on, do something. I want to play Rock Band, bro.
Like, man, you know how much my time's worth? $100,000 an hour. I can't
Exactly.
Be sitting here.
What a waste of my precious life, having a nice meal someone else paid for and cooked for me. Modeling a stable family environment. Yeah. Phew. Phew.
Are you in the boss fight?
No, it's taking forever to load. Can I like pop some runes or something? I think I need to upgrade my weapon. Yeah. Like I'm doing no damage.
Synchronized rune popping?
You won't last a second playing this game.
Hey, what was that sponsored game you played? It was like racing, but you were dunking on people.
Chad?
Ryan?
Chat, what's the game that I played where I was racing but I was dunking on people?
It was like a community game.
Are you talking about Rumble Club last week?
Yeah, what was that?
There was no racing in the game whatsoever. So I just you've thrown me an unhittable. I mean, that's a ball. If we're playing baseball, that's a ball.
What was it?
Can you level up your weapon here, or how do you level up your weapon in this game? I don't even know. You got to talk to the lady.
We haven't been to the round table.
Oh my god. Baladro doesn't make you do that. Oh, to buy a new Joker, you got to go to like a different biome. You just go to the store, bro.
Wait, we made it. I don't think we're where we're supposed to be either.
We do a little time skip or something?
No, you see, pull up the map. You see the yellow flames?
Yeah.
I think we skipped something. You can +2 on the first camp. I don't trust that. But you know, like I think we're way far ahead of where we're supposed to be right now.
Well, I got 1 extra level in strength, so I think he's probably toast. Just learn to dodge some attacks, I guess. Rumble Club is good. It's like it's basically like Fall Guys. It's like a Fall Guys meets PUBG. Very fast, casual battle royale.
Okay. But against Chad.
Well, it has a good like lobby system for streamers where they can set up like a virtual queue for their chat to get into instead of just like whoever puts in the code first.
So you got to dunk on Librarian?
I actually got my you-know-what handed to me like multiple times. But then, you should see the other guy. Oh, I've been killed. It's pretty good though. Apollo's been talking about the game drop, man. I think he's. When are you gonna keep complaining, or are you gonna swallow the card pill?
He doesn't play Balatro?
I think it's just, and it's true to his nature. So I'm not trying to be insulting. I think he's a fast burner. Like he gets the game, and then on like day 2, he's where you or I would be on like week 3. But then by like day 4, he's like, I never want to play this game ever again. Whereas I feel like you and I, just due to like personality differences and lifestyle and stuff like that, it's more like, you know, let me put it this way. We're buying like a 48 pack of Kirkland Signature granola bars, and then we're eating like one a day, every day for 48 days.
Yeah. What are you saying? He binges the whole box?
Yeah, he's like, I'm hungry. I'm going to eat some granola bars. Whereas we have the voice inside of us that's like 3 granola bars in the same day. Like,
yeah,
I don't know about you, because they're not carb friendly for the most part.
But I guess if we were being Apollo lore adjacent, he would eat 47 of the granola bars and then leave the best one and say, I hate granola bars.
Exactly. It'd be like the recipe's cooked. Yeah, I understand.
I'm very optimistic, Brian, but I do think we probably are ahead of the game here a little bit.
We should probably go to the place that lets us upgrade our weapon at least.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, you just died to wind.
I did die to wind.
Which it wouldn't be me. Even in real life, I don't think.
Well, I mean, there was a lot of wind coming off the Voyager. I can promise you that. All right, chat. How do we get to Stronghold? That doesn't take more than 2 minutes.
The other thing, as soon as I said Plymouth Voyager like 20 minutes ago, one dude in chat clocked it immediately. He said, "Was it dark purple?" You know it, brother. Did they make them in any other color? I feel like they only started making other colors when they became Dodge Caravans. Sweet.
What was your first car?
The first car I drove?
Yeah.
I learned to drive on my dad's Honda Accord Coupe. Ooh. And my grandfather's Ford F-150.
Oh, can we get some K-Konas in chat, ladies and gentlemen? Oh.
Let my hand rest upon you.
I remember the coupe was freaking sick, dude. It was sporty, had a little zip to it. This wasn't a sedan. This was a coupe. Okay, this is like. Is it a Honda Accord? Sure, it's not a Lamborghini Murcielago, but still.
Brian Gary, you wanna? I think we should call it here, and then when we come back next time,
sounds good to me.
Go after the big guy. It was a good run, man, dude.
Did we do anything?
Thanks for,
did we make any progress?
Yeah, we leveled. We got to the new boss.
It's
but
true.
I don't think. I think we powered through the game. I mean, we're 30% done with the game.
We're almost
already.
at the end. Yeah.
Yeah, it was fun, man.
All right, later, Daniel.
All right, see ya, chat. How do we not save here?
That's what it's all about right there. Hang on one moment. Let me close out of this, then I'm going to go to the bathroom. Maybe we'll play some frickin' Top Spin, bro. Maybe we'll play some Top Spin. Oh, first I need to remove myself from his world using the separation mist.